Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the FordTechMakuloco channel. Today I want to show you real quick all these leaks and problems I'm finding on this 14 Flex. It's got 57,000 miles on it. It's like new. Takes care of it really well. Older good gentleman. And if you look up top here, everything looks like it's great. New, low mileage, right? You start looking around a little bit and you start seeing lots and lots of problems. So make sure he knows about them because he has a Ford extended warranty, and they better not deny these things. I'm recording them now and I'm documenting them, so there's no fighting it. So up top here, he brought it in for some basic maintenance, trans service, PTU, rear diff. Okay, try and maintain it, try and make sure it's good to go, okay, for the rest of their life basically. So you start looking around a little bit, a bunch of leaks down below, but up top here, let me show you the outlet tube right here for the rear turbo. These are very common to leak. So you see how it leaks? It's leaking up here where it crimps onto the plastic to rubber boot. That crimp right there, it loses pressure after a while, the glue, whatever, and they start leaking boost pressure right there, so you can get a boost code for that, P0299, or more commonly, you'll see oil leaking all over back here. Now this one's just starting, you see it's moisture, but still, this should be fixed. Especially if he has that warranty. So that's leak number one. Now up top here, everything else looks pretty good to go, but you go down below and you start seeing the real problem here. All right, so down below here, let's take a look, and you'll see there's a lot going on, especially for 57,000 miles. So the first thing I noticed was the passenger side front CV shaft is leaking grease. You can kind of see evidence of it being slung around in here, and you can see it's coming right out from there by the banding clamps. So I don't see any damage to the boots from any kind of road debris. So that looks like a manufacturer's defect right there. So that should definitely be changed. And then I went ahead and I pulled off the underbody shield so that I could start working on the trans service and the PTU service. And I'm looking, and there's just fluid all over underneath here. It looks like it's starting up in here. You can see it kind of is moist and coming down and pooling up. I mean, it just gets worse and worse and worse as it pulls up down here, all over the support back here, the anti-roll restrictor. Yeah. And I was looking around at the PTU because I need to service that, and I'm looking up in here, way up in there, and it looks like there's a leak up in there too from the cover seal of the PTU. And then you start looking at the PTU, and yeah, it looks like the actual intermediate shaft seal is leaking on here and kind of getting slung back. Okay, there's a lot going on here. The PTU is not burnt up inside that I can tell just yet. I checked the vent from the top, it's not puking any fluid out, so these are true leaks from the intermediate shaft, and it looks like from the cover seal back up in there. On the left hand side here, you can see a CV axle is also leaking a little bit. It's not so bad, but it's definitely a leak to take care of. So I'm looking at all these leaks down here going, wow, what is going on? There's a lot going on under here. And then I started looking over here, there's droplets of oil over here. Is that really making its way over? That's possible, but let's take a look. So I started looking around in here because these have turbos on both banks, and check out the turbo. Let me zoom in for you guys. The turbo on here is just covered in oil. And the way it looks on there, it might be a housing seal leak, or unless the pressure feed above is leaking, but it looks like it might be a housing seal leak on there. It's not coming from that boot up top because that boot's just moist, whereas this one is, there's a lot of oil on here, a lot. So that's failing on there. Also the rear turbo on here, you can see it's quite a bit, it's pulling up like that. And then I went ahead and I did the rear differential service on here because I ain't really seeing leaks on here. I'm looking around, so I went ahead and did that while I inspected the rest of the vehicle. There's a little leak right there, it's nothing major. And I get it done, I look over here, I'm like, oh boy. Again, it's not major, but he has warranty, you might as well take care of it under warranty and make sure that vent is not clogged and stuff like that. But yeah, as you can see, for 57,000 miles, there is a lot going on under here, and a lot of it has to do with the options selected on the vehicle. So again, once you start adding all-wheel drive to the vehicle, or the GTDI, EcoBoost option on there, you're adding a lot of extra components on here that can fail, so that you got to take that in consideration when you go to buy a vehicle. How complex is it? The more complex it is, the more things that are there to fail. That's all for now. I just want to show you guys this mess that hopefully gets taken care of as Ford stands behind their product. See you guys next time.